Alrighty guys, what's up? Invader1 here again, and I am back with some more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. And yes, this time we are talking about the human soldier, the base human soldier. Now this is the female human soldier. Let me just be a little clear. There really is no difference. There's just I don't know, Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 1 has always been awesome with ensuring that they are very strong female and male characters in their universe, which I think is pretty awesome. But now, as you guys are about to witness a whole bunch of death and destruction as we destroy the Reapers here with this character, some of you guys would notice that this is not platinum gameplay, and I keep on getting asked that here and there. You guys know that I am giving you guys a mix. Every other video, pretty much, I'm doing gold, platinum, gold, platinum, gold, platinum, and I'm mixing up a few different things in there as well. I realize that a lot of you guys do like playing platinum. Some of you guys do get to play platinum, but most of you guys do play gold. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to mix it up a little bit for you guys, showing you guys a little bit of gold gameplay as well. But there's also a reason why I'm playing gold. The group that I'm playing with, two of these guys that I'm playing with here, are people that I've never played with before. They're not pugs, but they are people who wanted to get a game with me and my buddy Catherine here. So we decided to grab a game together, and I told them, well, hey, I want to kind of work out this. Well, not work it out. I already know the build, but I wanted to kind of show gameplay for the human soldier. And a lot of you guys are seeing the massive amount of destruction that I'm doing here with these grenades and thinking, holy crap, really? Is he really doing this? Yes, absolutely. On gold, this build is absolutely amazing, and on platinum as well. This is a platinum build, guys. You could definitely take this build on platinum. You'll do totally fine. Okay, I didn't take it on platinum for this video because I've never played with these two guys before, and I wanted to make sure that the game, I'm not exactly sure what their skill set is for platinum, and that's totally fine. We're just having fun, going at it. But this build is also for platinum, not guys. And I will talk about how I use this build, how I go about it. Now, the great thing about this build, guys, is that the grenades that the human soldier has are absolutely freaking amazing. I love them. I think they're great. They're very powerful, as you can see, especially on gold. I'm just demolishing, destroying, annihilating, just total destruction with these grenades. But you have to spec them out right. You have to spec them out right, and I'll tell you guys how I go about it because, I have my reasons as to why I do the build this way. Now, I'm using the Claymore on this guy because it kind of works for me for this kind of build. I want to make sure that I'm using a weapon that has heavy damage. You can use other weapons on the human soldier. It's a soldier, You can use quite a few different kinds of weapons. Now, for this build, this is not a concussive shot build, so there's no concussive shot, so you can put whatever weapon you want. You could put any heavy weapon that you want. You could put a javelin. You could put whatever you want. Okay, I recommend shotguns or assault rifles. Yeah, you can put a sniper rifle as well if you want to do that. That's the great thing about this soldier, that you could put pretty much any weapon and do very good with him because, well, he's a weapons class. And for this build specifically, you don't have to worry about recharge speed. This is not about recharge speed. Your adrenaline rush. Is still really good, and at the same time, your grenades, you don't need any power recharge issue. So let's go through it because I want you guys to see how how I am surviving with this build and this character this way. As you guys already know, the human soldier does not have a lot of health and shields, and this build is maxed out on fitness, and even maxed out on fitness, I only have 825 health, 825 shields. So we'll talk about that. Now, before I continue, guys, I gotta keep saying this. For some reason, I think some of you guys um, may have forgotten. I'm still showing the build, so if you just want to go straight to the build and not hear all the commentary, you can go straight to the end. I've kind of mixed up a little bit how I go about showing my builds. I'm doing it all at the end for the last few weeks. You guys probably noticed that. So I do show the build. You do get to see the screen at the end. If you want to skip towards it, that's totally fine. or you can hear the commentary, I could explain to you as to why I go about it, why I do it this way. That's totally fine as well. Just want to make sure that you guys know that, because I do get questions. Oh, how come you're not showing the builds anymore? I was like, yeah, I'm showing the builds. They're there. Just skip all the way to the end. It's right there. So yeah, I just had to say that again. So now, let's talk about Adrenaline Rush a little bit. I love Adrenaline Rush, and I'll tell you guys why. Okay, Adrenaline Rush has a few different things that it does. If you want to do a pure damage build, that's not what this is. Adrenaline Rush can give you a pure damage build, and what that means is that you can use Adrenaline Rush close to the way you would use Tactical Cloak. That you would tap Adrenaline Rush, and then when you shoot, you get a weapon damage bonus. Okay, but that's not the way I'm using it here. I do get a weapon damage bonus by using Adrenaline Rush. The weapon damage bonus is plus 50%. Okay, it's not the 80% that you get from Tactical Cloak from like an infiltrator, but it's plus 50%. So before you shoot, I mean, just tap on Adrenaline Rush, and especially since I'm here using a Claymore, and that's, I freaking love the Claymore. It's so powerful. The moment I use Adrenaline Rush, then shoot, I get additional 50% weapon damage bonus, guys. And it's, and set up this way, the recharge speed is 3.87 seconds. The duration of Adrenaline Rush, the way I have it set up, is only 4 seconds. Actually, I'm sorry, the duration is 5.2 seconds. Okay, so let's go through the build. So that's number one. Think of it kind of like the way Tactical Cloak Tactical Cloak gives you damage. Okay, so yeah, Tactical Cloak gives you a lot more damage. Of course, it's 80% plus, depending on your character, depending on your build. Now this is only 50%, but let's go through it. So that's one thing that it does. The other thing that it does is I have it set up to, well, since I'm not an infiltrator, I can't cloak. Well, the soldier has something really awesome with Adrenaline Rush, is that it gives you something called hardening. Okay, so on rank 4, I could go for more damage. And by the way, if you go for damage on rank 4, then that's 70%. Okay, additional weapon damage bonus. So that's, if you go for that, then you're going for a straight damage build. So when you tap on Adrenaline Rush, then shoot, you're going to get an additional 70% weapon damage bonus. That's not the way I have it spec'd out here, and I'll tell you why. And that is fine if you choose that, by the way. That is totally fine if you choose that, because that is a straight damage build, and that works, okay? But I am using hardening, because it allows me to, well, this is pretty much what it says. It says decrease health and shield damage taken by 40%. Okay, so the health and shield damage that you take is reduced by 40%, so you have some protection when you use this. So this is why I can go rush up the spawns a little bit, not too much, but at least I get reduced damage. I'm not getting down quickly. All right, that's what I use it for. Now the other part on rank 5, you do not want duration. I'm sorry, I've never wanted Adrenaline Rush to last really, really long. I've always wanted to actually spam it as much as I can. So what I would go for the melee damage bonus. So like that, so like that Adrenaline Rush doesn't last too long, and you could constantly spam it. That is totally fine. I mean, that's the way I work it. I don't need it. I don't need the power to last an additional 40%. So that's just the way I go by it. Also, you get an additional melee damage bonus, which is great. It's 50% on rank 5. On rank 6, now this is very important. Since this is not a concussor shot build, you don't need to go for power use. Power use meaning that you use Adrenaline Rush, then you could also use concussor shot right afterwards. You don't need it. For this build, go for shield boost. Now it gives you increased shield strength by 100%. So here, check this out. This is, how a lot of people like to use the Neutarian Ghost and all, this is stim packs and all that. Well, the human soldier is the original gangster when it comes to that. If your shields are down and everything, and you have it spec this way, you hit Adrenaline Rush, and guess what? At least 25% of your shields come back up. You have some hardening, you take less damage, and your shields are mostly back up, and then you regenerate your shields quicker. You take a little cover and you're fine. And if you notice, I'm doing quite well. I'm not really, I haven't had to worry about using an ops pack. I think I use an ops pack later on in the game. Anyway, so Adrenaline Rush is an amazing power. It is really, really good. And if you do understand it, guess what? Now you understand it for multiplayer. Adrenaline Rush in single player is not the same as in multiplayer. Adrenaline Rush in single player, everything slows down. You get a good shot, and you can pretty much go into slow mode with Adrenaline Rush. That's not the way it works in multiplayer. Obviously, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be able to work in multiplayer that way. So Adrenaline Rush, think of it as a damage bonus that you get, a weapon damage bonus that you get, and also a protection bonus. It helps you reduce the amount of damage you take, and at the same time, it restores your shields set up this way. All right, so I hope that you guys understand that, and I think after seeing this gameplay, you've seen this gameplay, a lot of you guys already know about the human soldier because you guys have, he's one of the first characters you get. A lot of people go out there, but a lot of people don't understand him. They just either use concussor shot or the grenades. They don't really understand how to spec them out or how to play the character. And there's so many different builds that you can do with the human soldier. That's why I like this guy a lot. Well, I have the female human soldier here, so let me say that's why I like this chick a lot. So let's go into the frag grenades. Ah, they're so good. So the frag grenades, the way I have them set up, rank 4. Radius is nice, guys, but I like damage because I usually pop the grenade right in front of the enemy, right into the spawn. So I know that the radius is already 6.5 meters. That's good enough for me. So I go for more damage. Rank 4 gives you an additional 30% damage. Rank 5, instead of going for max grenades, I actually go for bleed damage because it gives you increased damage to organics by 50% over 5 seconds. So it really does have a good bleed effect on enemies, especially like the Reapers and smaller enemies, which you want them to die a little quicker. So that's a good thing. I mean, yeah, it's good to have more grenades, but I kind of like the bleed damage quite a bit on on the human soldier. Now, rank 6 is quite interesting. You could go for shield overload or armor piercing. I recommend armor piercing because you will have a lot of bosses that they have the armor, and by the time you're really not going to use grenades to drop shields. You're really not. I mean, you're going to use grenades to throw them into the spawns. You're going to use grenades on the smaller targets, and you're going to use your gun to do everything else. So what I recommend is to go for armor piercing because if you're popping these grenades into a spawn, they're going to be brutes, they're going to be atlases, there's going to be they're going to be enemies that have a lot of heavy armor. Banshees as well. Yes, they have barriers. Yes, atlases have shields, but you'll still be fine. You're not going to penalty for this. But once the armor is down, especially on dragoons who are all armor right away, I mean, you could pop these grenades and they are so powerful. Now the damage that you get with this, guys, is 1,575. That's a freaking large amount of damage. So, and you can see that in the gameplay. I mean, just every grenade is just destroying everything. I mean, everything just goes. Now, the way I do it, I'm constantly spamming Adrenaline Rush. So I pop Adrenaline Rush first, and then just so I could get hardening and I could get the protection and that kind of bonus, and then I drop a grenade, when I go into the spawn. So that's the way I work it. So let's go into the passives. The training, guys, for the soldier is really good. Now, since this is a weapons build, this is a straight up weapons build. On rank 4, I go for weapon damage. On rank 5, this time I do go for more power damage to increase the damage on the grenades. I do not go for the headshot bonus on this one, even though I like the additional 20% headshot bonuses. But on this build, I just left it alone. And rank 6, I went for weapon damage as well. That gives you 27.5% weapon damage bonus. Your power damage bonus is 25%. Weight capacity, who cares? It's 10. And everything else on fitness is max health and shields. And it doesn't give you a lot. It only gives you 825 health, 825 shields. But anyways, it's still really good. Now, for the gun that I'm using the Claymore here, guys. And by now, so you guys know, when I am using the Claymore on a build like this, it's a heavy build, it's a heavy gun, it's totally pure weapons build. I go for the shotgun high velocity barrel, so I get an increased damage of 25%, and I also get some armor piercing on it. So that's number 1. Number 2, I go for the smart choke. Okay, the smart choke increases the accuracy by 50%. That's how I'm able to shoot with the claymore all across long distances in the map. It's like a shotgun sniper rifle. It's so freaking amazing, and you get tons of damage. If you guys look at the damage bar on a claymore, it is just it's filled. It's so powerful, but it's extremely heavy. But with a build like this, it works. It truly works. So now, this is a build that I recommend. I enjoy it a lot. This is definitely a platinum build. And what I like about it, guys, is that you did not only get, the fun, uh, pretty much the fun part of using grenades, because you're a soldier, you want to run around and, pop some grenades and just drop some grenades. Just drop some grenades. That's pretty much what you want to do. But you want to shoot. I don't know. When you get a soldier in any game, you want to have guns. You want to have grenades. You want to have powers like that. So that's what I like about this soldier. That you have your grenades. And what I'm using here as a gear bonus, I'm definitely using the grenade capacity 5. I'm definitely using it. And the maps that are really good, by the way, so that if you guys are using a grenade character and you're looking for good maps for grenades, and you'll notice when I do videos with grenade characters, I do them on certain maps that are very similar. So the Goddess is a great grenade map. Great grenade maps. All of the ammo boxes except I think one right there in the courtyard give you 2 grenades per box, which is really good. It's a really good grenade map. And so do all the hazard maps except for the glacier hazard map, I believe. That might have changed. I don't think it has though. I think the glacier hazard is still just 1 grenade. But all the like for example Firebase Giant, the hazard one gives you 2 grenades. Firebase White Hazard gives you more than 1 grenade, so that works out. So that's what you want, guys. These grenades are just awesome. They're just awesome. So yeah, you want to play a soldier, you want to freaking rock some grenades, you want to shoot somebody in the face, you want to use the best heavy weapons. And by the way, I'm using the Claymore here, but I've seen people, especially in the demo days when the game first came out and the demo was there. I mean, a lot of people were using stuff like the Black Widow, the Widow on this character. So, you could do stuff like that as well. Um, and it works. And it works. Again, this is definitely you know, definitely a weapons character. Now, the next build, guys, that I will be showing for the human soldier will be a build that will take advantage of ammo types, a build that will take advantage of stagger, a build that will take advantage of concussive shot as well. That's concussive shot is a great power. You really cannot sleep on it. I remember when I started playing silver. When I first started playing this game, I was really playing silver for a long time. I was a silver player for a long time. And the reason I didn't move into gold till later on was because the people that I had met on silver were so awesome, and we really just, we would always enjoy each other's company. Like we would get on to play the game, and Mass Effect, it's more of a social thing for me, and it was a lot of fun. So I stood in silver for a while, not because I was not a better player to play gold, but because of the people that I would play the games with. They were just absolutely awesome. And when I started playing silver at the time, I was playing the human soldier a lot, a lot. I mean, I'm telling you about a lot, and I love this guy. I love the concussive shot builds. There are a lot of builds. So we're gonna go through them. I'm gonna do a few more gameplays, and I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do some platinum next, and show you guys maybe the cryo soldier, and do that. Although the cryo soldier is a lot more fun on a gold kind of like a gold lobby. So I don't know. I'll think about that. Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll mix it up. I'll mix it up, but I'll show you guys a few different gameplays so you guys can have fun and enjoy it. So yeah, guys, the next few builds are going to be really interesting for the human soldier. And don't get me wrong, I also have a human sentinel video that I'm editing for you guys. I'm also working on there's this one character you guys have been asking for a while, and I've been kind of staying away from her, because she's good, but she's just so flimsy, and she even though she's an excellent character, I don't know, my style is a little bit more aggressive. I die a little bit too much with her, but I'm gonna have to just make sure I change my playstyle a little bit just for that character, and that's the N7 Fury. So I know you guys have been asking for the Fury forever and ever and ever on Platinum, and she's really good on Platinum. She really is. She's just a little flimsy, and you just gotta know how to play her right. And I don't play her a lot. She's not really my playstyle. She really isn't. Out of all the adepts, she's not really my playstyle, but she's really good. She's really good. So I'm gonna go make some gameplay videos for the Fury and do that. And by the way, guys, I'm finally gonna have a little bit more time, so I do have some platinum solos that I owe you guys. So that's also gonna come up as well, including the single player playthroughs. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that this has been great and informative and a lot of fun, and you can try it out. And as you can see, as promised, here is the build. So, hey guys, you guys know that I love you guys, so I will see you guys on the next video. And video 1 out, and that's it. I hope you like this video, comment, subscribe, and that's all. Take care. And Beta 1 out.